after the worst game of the season?
No, not at all. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing and trust everybody in front of me, honestly.
Might that be the quietest 130-yard rushing game of your career?
Yes, it has been. And everybody was like, hey, did you make 100? I was like, yeah, I got 130. And you would have thought I said I had 2,000 yards already.
Does that put any added pressure on yourself or something like that when your quarterback is nicked up like Darian Durant is right now?
No, not at all. It's always pressure on me, and I just know that when Darian is hurt a little bit or a little nicked up, then I got to just pick it up a little bit more. But there's not really no pressure because there's a lot of guys around me that help out and make sure they get open even faster because they know Darian can't scramble as well or he's in a little bit of pain, so they try to take as much pressure off of him. It's really a team effort thing to take as much pressure off of Darian as possible.
Physically, do you think you can take even more carries in a game than you have been?
Oh yeah, no problem. I could do that any day. I could do that all day, every day, like Coach James say. Yeah, I'm very conscious of it. It's something that I think about all the time. But I make sure I want to get the win first before I start working on personal goals.
So is it post-game you'll look at the stats rather than when you had 70 yards last week, were you conscious I need 30 more to get that 100 or not?
It wasn't. I didn't say it was 30 more. It was more like I know I'm getting close, so we started trying to pick up and fight a little bit harder and make sure that we get those 100 yards so that the defense stay off the field.
Or is it the offensive lineman maybe a little more mindful of where you are?
It's a little bit of both. They know when we're getting rolling and we're close to 100 yards and their food's coming in. Hey, Kory, we get there yet? I'm like, nah, not yet. But just keep pushing. We'll get there soon.
Do you sense they love to run block?
Oh, they love it. Sometimes they rather run the ball than pass the ball. And we're in the passing league, and it's hard to do that sometimes. But they love it. They just can't wait till we get to the fourth quarter, honestly.
How good is this line compared to last year? Just the chemistry that these guys have built over a season.
It's pretty much the same people, but they had a year together, and they don't have to worry about learning how this guy's going to be there or if this guy's going to be next to him or I got to make sure I help him on a block or a double team. I don't know. They know that I can help him or I don't have to help him. He's cool over here. I'm fine over here. I don't need help. I can just react and play.
Do you think they would have just as much pride in Mike Frickle's record as you would?
Yes. They honestly, I think they have more pride in it. When I told them that was my goal, they said, oh yeah? Well, let's do it then. They was excited and they can't wait. After every game, they come in there and say, Kory, do we get our goal? And I told them, yeah, and they say, let's go. We're going to do it again next week.
Expecting a much different Hamilton defense this weekend?
Yes. Anytime a team loses, especially the way they lost the way they did, you come back with a little bit more fire in your heart and a little bit more in your gut and say, I'm not going to let these men do this to me.